Hi, I'm Anna James. I'm the author of the Pages & Co series, Book 1, Tilly and the Book Wanderers, and Book 2, Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales, and Book 3, Tilly and the Map of Stories, which is out in September. The series is about Tilly and Oscar, two 11-year-old best friends who discover that they are book wanderers, and what that means is that they can travel inside of their favourite books. In the first book, Tilly and the Book Wanderers, they go to places including Alice in Wonderland, Treasure Island and Anne of Green Gables, and they are on the hunt for some family secrets that Tilly has uncovered. In book 2, which is just out in paperback now, they go to Paris, which is where Oscar's father lives, and they get embroiled in a mystery to do with fairy tales, and the kind of well-known fairy tales are not acting as they're supposed to. They're kind of breaking up, behaving very strangely, and so Tilly and Oscar venture inside a book of fairy tales to see if they can work out who or what is behind these broken, lost fairy tales. So I'm going to read you a little bit of Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales. This is when Tilly and Oscar are already inside of a book of fairy tales, and they are with Jack, who is Jack and the Beanstalk. At that moment there was a whoosh of hooves and a horse flew round the corner, causing Tilly to jump to one side, falling into the ground as she did so. "I'm fine," she said breathlessly, shocked but unhurt, except for a grazed knee and a rip in her tights. "It didn't hit me." The rider was pulling to a stop and backing the horse around. "Hey there, mistress! What are you doing in my way?" the rider asked. He was absurdly handsome, with a perfectly straight nose and chocolatey brown eyes. He wore layers of obviously expensive velvet clothes, and his hat was topped with an extravagantly large collection of feathers. "I'm sorry," Tilly said, automatically apologising. "I didn't see you coming." "You should look where you're going," Oscar said. "It's not your way." "Why, yes," the man said. "All the roads in this kingdom belong to my father, the king, and will belong to me when I marry and inherit the crown." "Okay, I can see how from that perspective this is literally your way," Oscar muttered, "but you should still look where you're going." "But, young sir, I have more important things to think about, namely love, the greatest quest of them all. I am in search of the fabled princess whose hand I intend to win through my bravery and charm." He doffed his hat in an elaborate twirl. "Prince Charming, at your service. But not really at your service, you understand. It's a symbolic thing. I'm a prince. I'm not actually going to help you with anything." "All right then," Oscar said. "Good luck with that." "I seek the tower where the princess is imprisoned by a malevolent witch," he said. "Have any of you heard tell of this mysterious and evil place where my love and her lustrous hair are confined?" "Oh, you're looking for Rapunzel," Oscar said. The prince made his horse trot closer to Oscar and peered down at him. "You know of her, boy?" he asked. "I've not met her," Oscar said slowly, "but I've heard of her." "You mean to say that news of her beauty and kindness and peril have travelled far and wide?" the prince said in alarm. "I think the news has got out, yes," Oscar said, unable to resist teasing the oblivious prince. "I actually think I read something about her." "You have read proclamations of her ordeal?" the prince said. "I must away. There is no time to lose. I cannot risk another prince stealing her affections before I have a chance to prove myself and rescue her. You," he pointed at Oscar, "you seem to know of her story. You shall come with me." "Oh, no thanks," Oscar said firmly. "I don't really know anything useful, such as where she is. I also don't want to help you. And we really need to get home," Tilly said, taking a step back towards Jack. "Young squire, you misunderstand me," Prince Charming said, reaching down and grabbing Oscar by the scruff of his neck, swinging him up onto his horse in front of him. "You are my subject, and I need your aid. You will attend me." "Now hang on," Oscar said, trying to slide back down the horse, but Charming kept a strong arm wrapped around him and kicked his horse into a gallop. And before Tilly had quite realised what was going on, they had left in a cloud of dust. So it's a little extract from Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales. I had a lot of fun kind of playing with fairy tale characters and imagining what they might be like if you read them. If you enjoy things like the Into the Woods musical, I was kind of inspired by the Prince Charmings in that a little bit. So yeah, Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales is the second book in the Pages & Co series, is out in paperback now, and I hope that you enjoy it if you read it. Bye!